have Pats Cowboys, and man, Cowboys coming off of a really tough loss against the Cardinals after flying high and kicking the shit out of the Jets and the Giants, going to Arizona. Jerry Jones is signing babies. Everybody's feeling good, and then the Cardinals just go ahead and kick their ass. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. You have the Pats going down to Dallas this week. The Cowboys are favored. And so I think that this is going to be something that I don't know. I'm still picking the Pats. I'm still saying that the Pats could go down there and win. See some really good things from Bill O'Brien's offense. Mac Jones looks like a way better quarterback. I'm not saying that he is great or that he's the top 10, but he's getting better. He's improving. And the defense is the defense. We saw what they did against the Eagles in week 1. They did, while, they lost to the Dolphins at home, they did contain the Dolphins offense to a certain extent. And so I think that if the Cardinals can do that against the Cowboys, then why can't the Pats? And I think I'm going to go with the Pats on this one.
And I understand your thought process with it, especially you think that if a team that you think is inferior in that case, but in the NFL, like anything can happen.
Dak hasn't been playing great either. Let's put it that.
But again, it's coming back to Dallas. You typically are going to play better at home. And I think because they got embarrassed so badly on the road, it's going to be in the favor of the Cowboys to bounce back. I don't think they're going to like that taste in their mouth. But here's the thing. If New England's going to win this game, it's going to be that they're going to have to run the ball, and they want to run the ball a lot. Even though it was a sloppy game against the Jets, the context is they do not want Mac Jones to have to throw 40 times in the game. He only had to throw 29. It was a sloppy game, but he was 15 to 29. Jets defense, again, is very solid. But Zeke Elliott got 16 carries and Stevenson got 19. That's 35 carries between those two guys. And you had Mac Jones scrambling a little bit. So if you actually go through on either, improv runs or whatever it may be, the Pats ran the ball 40 times. Not saying they're going to run the ball that amount, but for them to win, they're going to need to run the football to take more pressure off and not let that pass rush put so much pressure on Mac Jones.
Yeah. Against this Dallas defense, Josh Jacobs went 17 for 21 with a tud, no interceptions. That's after we saw the Dallas defense go absolutely bananas on the Jets and the Giants. And maybe it's that those teams are just that bad. And so you got to wonder, the Patriots aren't the Giants and they're not the Jets. They are a much better team. It looks like the eye test says so to me. So I think this is a real test for the Cowboys. Can the Cowboys play and actually perform against a legitimate team and not a bottom of the barrel type of team?
Yeah, I mean that's what you got to do, and especially in the NFL, it's how do you bounce back? I mean, it's in any sport, by the way, right? We're talking about the Orioles here, and with other teams, the good teams, the great teams bounce back. And again, you don't have to be playing your best football right now. That's not what we're saying, but you want to see an evolution. If you can stop the bad moments quicker, you're going to have more success. And Dallas should win this game. They really should at home.
They should.
And if they don't, then the drum's going to continue to beat louder of, well, what's going on? Now, again, so much time can still be passed. Now, for the Patriots, though, it's an interesting position to be in because they are 1-2. Like the Cowboys, if they did lose this game, it's 2-2. It's not terrible. Patriots, we don't believe are going to be winning this division by any means.
No.
The Bills and Dolphins are too talented of teams.
I'm not ruling out a wild card spot.
But this is why a game being 2-2 and 1-3 is a massive difference at this point of the season.
Yeah.
Especially with who the Patriots have played so far. They've had a very challenging schedule right now. You actually did play the Eagles to open up the season, the defending NFC champs.
They almost won.
And then you have to play the Dolphins on Sunday night. Then you go to play the Jets. This has not been an easy show for the Patriots, but they still have to go play the Bills twice. After this game against the Cowboys, they got to play the Saints, play the Raiders, and then they get the Bills. Saints and Raiders, they probably have a chance to be favored in those games. But then you got to play the Bills and go play the Dolphins in back-to-back weeks. This game is going to matter, especially for Pats fans. I'm really, though, curious with Zeke going back, by the way. We really haven't touched on that.
And there's always that statistic, right, where, former players go back to their old home, and then they usually end up balling out. So it'll be interesting to see if Zeke actually does end up doing that.
Yeah, and RG3 made a comment about the Cowboys are missing Zeke, that they thought he was washed up. And not that I agree to that sense that they're missing in that component. They probably miss from a leadership standpoint. He's a great pass protector. He has the ability to churn out and do the dirty work still, even though he's not that explosive guy that he was when he came into the league and was arguably one of the best or one of the best running backs.
Yeah.
But he was a huge part of that Cowboys run, a part of that franchise. He's going to have a little bit extra motivation. And actually, his last game against the Jets, that's a tough front seven. He ran the ball very well. So it'll be very interesting to see him go back to Jerry World. We're on the different sides of it, but I guess we're going to find out, Brad.
We are going to find out.